The word
artist
originally means wise one, and this is what
around,
people
like,
try to aspire to be.
nature
They try to
versus
learn the
city
wisdom of
beginning.
nature. They try to
And I
learn
feel
the
like I haven't,
meaning
like,
behind
gotten a
things.
true experience of nature really yet. I'm kind of basing my decisions off ideas rather than experience.
I had to work and learn it the hard way by checking my findings with all the ancient writers on the occult from time immemorial. And I found that it tallies, it always does.
I was no longer sort of theoretical. I was really interested in the other world, right?
They'll learn more by, say, going out on the downs at midnight and listening to the wind in the
But,
trees and looking at the
I mean, I
full
grew up in more of a natural
They'll
place
learn
than
more
this,
of
but
the
it was still
spirit.
suburbs. It was still very,
The theoretical sort of, you
in
know,
that way than they will by reading any
you
amount
know,
of books.
forms. Like,
There is no basis
but
for that view.
But what this means to us is the masculine and feminine powers of nature. So they're
what
simple,
makes
magical in
this female in comparison
And
to
by
the other one?
means
Is
of
it just the material
our
and
imagination,
the fact that it was inspired by your
we can
mother?
make a real contact.
So well, certainly it did have something to do with it. And this brought it over to the left. Why? It just was. This is actually the female version. I had the male version first. And it was just because my mother had a concussion. She almost died up in Canada. And it was a wedding. And so anyway, I flew up there. All my sisters, everybody flew up there.
My first
And,
experience
it
was
was
with my
interesting
mother.
'cause when
She
I
was
was
suffering
coming
from
out
cancer of
one
the
night,
throat.
and I was going
And
down
Alex
to
was visiting
the
us and
garage.
he said,
There
all right,
was
we'll
all
see what we
this
can do about it.
aluminum
And we
up
switched
there.
the light off
And I looked at the
sat there for
aluminum
about
and
10
suddenly it
minutes
was
in
like, I
silence.
have to have this aluminum.
And what
And it
appeared
had
to be a
something
ball
do
of
with
fire
my
went
mother
across the
might
room
die.
towards my mother.
So there was
And
some
later she said she
strange kind of
experienced a
connection
feeling of
with
being
this
tilted
aluminum.
backwards.
So then when she
But she
came
got
back
frightened
she
and
was
stopped
fine,
it. But
then
that
I
was the
started
first
working with aluminum.
experience of physical power, of
And,
being able to see
And
it.
I've been working with it in
various
various
spirits
ways.
will help me with the work. The particular spirit who
And it
is
was
helping me
just
with the
still
professor
a lot of
and
problems
with
with
the
the
consciousness.
technology that I feel is affecting our brains and affecting our bodies. And just about everybody I'm talking to is saying, yeah, I gotta get out of here. And it's also so expensive. I mean, it's just like, it's ridiculous, you know?
Do you think that there's too much push on like having to over-define
Various
and have to
spirits
plan out
will help me with the
projects
work.
kind
There
of
is no basis
with a
for that
specific
view.
goal in mind?
You usually talk
let's
very
say,
freely
instead of,
to
like,
me,
letting it just
surprisingly so.
come naturally, like how
In
it's
fact, on
supposed
one
to.
I
occasion,
think it always was
I went to see a charmer.
sort of natural.
I was a complete stranger to him. He invited me into his house, sat me down in his parlour, looked at me very hard, and said, "You can do it, can't you?"
He fixed dinner for me one night and we started talking. And he really opened up a lot for me. He was psychic.
Various spirits.
Have you ever had any other type of like experiences where you talk to someone who claimed to be like a medium or psychic and
You know, he said, you know, my mother's a gypsy, so that's my background. And so he said, oh, here's what you have to do. By the time you get here, and about this age that I'm in the 50s, said it's going to change magnificently. And everybody has told me that. Everybody said, you know, it's going to be extraordinary. It's like, when? I'm suffering, you know? It's too noisy.
There is no basis
There's this and
for that
this,
view.
you know?
Well, when I was
And then
a
just to
child,
even get
I
out of
always
New York,
felt
I mean,
much
even
closer
to
to a
try
great
to drive
life
out of New
force.
York. Think about
When I was out of
leaving New York.
doors,
I was thinking
far
just yesterday,
closer than when I was in the four walls of any church.
There is no basis for that view.
So he said, oh, you really need to have some of that. And so once I got into it, it was like, wow, you know, this is a whole other
Avoid certain kinds of
consciousness
groups.
now. I don't think
Certain
about
kinds
it
of
in
groups. Of
those
course, I know
terms
people are lonely
before.
and they want to get
And,
together and they want to share
so
radically
there's
at
sort
a
of
deep level.
These things
This is
come
what
to
starts
you,
it.
right? And you don't know
And they
why.
want to be real.
But
These
they're
encounter
always, there's always something around you.
But
Just sort
I
of
would say to them,
"Here,
still stick to your
pay
very
attention
simple
to that."
practicalities. Just the ordinary human life and human personal relationships.
There is no basis for that view.